Yo, what's up, guys? It's Tunes here with a new review on the Sprime PM1. Sprime did send this out for review, and I appreciate them, but there's no bias, and they did not tell me what to say in this review, so all thoughts will be mine. And I also don't watch other reviewers, so whatever I say in this video is my experience, and if you don't like that, it's all good. I really don't care. I'm just here to provide feedback from my experience and my thoughts on the current mice and mouse pads on the market right now. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and let's get right into this video. So let's get into the price tag. It's $120, which seems pretty good, but it only comes with a 1K hertz dongle. Under the website, it does say it has 8K hertz and 4K hertz supported, but until you scroll down, it says with dongle separate purchase. So it's very confusing from a consumer perspective when you're buying a mouse and it says it's 8K hertz supported, but you actually have to buy a separate dongle. So I would definitely recommend putting that in the description where you have to buy a separate dongle. So if you really wanted the full experience, you're gonna have to be spending probably around $140. I don't know what the separate dongle cost will be, but usually it's $15 to $20 extra. I'm unsure if it's already out because I tried to go on their website and I couldn't find it anywhere. But in my current unit, it's the 1K hertz dongle, and I don't know if that's really worth the $120 price tag. They are innovating using a different material, a very good design, and a pretty nice, comfortable shape. But once again, that's a consumer to decide if you want to spend $120. I do think it's worth it, but I wish they just included the dongle for that price tag. So let's talk about the shape of the mouse. It's a G403 inspired shape, but slightly smaller. So it's definitely welcoming for medium to small hands for a diverse amount of grips. In my opinion, claw is very comfortable, palm is very comfortable, and fingertip is also feasible if you have medium to large hands. Even with smaller hands, though, it's definitely feasible to grip this mouse or fingertip or almost all shapes. It's such a diverse shape, which I really love. And I've honestly never held a mouse that's this comfortable for my grip style. And I was actually very surprised how much I liked the shape. Again, a lot of people were mad that they didn't clone it directly to the original G403 shape. But in my opinion, there's enough clones on the market, and I believe they should be slightly innovative and have a different option on the market. I will say I don't think there's any G403 clones on the market right now, so I do understand how people could be mad at their decision, but once again, they probably did that so they don't get a lawsuit from Logitech. But in my opinion, this is a huge change, and I think the slightly smaller shape will be opening to a lot more grip styles and hand sizes from more diverse amount of people, considering I do believe the original was too big for smaller to medium hands. But definitely check this out if you use claw, palm, or even larger fingertip. This is a comfortable shape, and I actually perform really good on this shape. In terms of the clicks of the mouse, they are very light and they actually feel really good, the main clicks. There is one huge downside I do want to talk about on my unit. There is a massive creaking or kind of like crunching sound on the right side of the click, and I'm going to try to replicate that in the mic right now. And that has only developed over about a week or two of using the mouse. Right out of the box, I did not notice that, and I did not have that issue. Right out of the box, they did seem a little bit hollow, the clicks, and had a bit of a metallic pinging noise on the switch itself. But overall, the clicks feel really good, and I do not have that crunchy, squeaky noise when I click normally on the switch. But if I did buy this mouse, I would be very frustrated, and I'm assuming this is a QC issue. So if this does happen to you, definitely contact support and hopefully they replace this. Because if I'm spending $120 for a mouse, I definitely do not want that issue on my unit. So the switch they use is the Omron Optical, which is actually one of my favorite switches now. They're really light and they have no tactility where there's no mush in the click itself. And they also offer great click latency. Obviously, that's not dependent on the switch itself and whoever designed the PCB. And I have no testing gear to actually test the click latency. And I also don't have the 8K hertz dongle to really prove the true potential out of this mouse. I will say there's no debounce settings due to the optical switch. And I feel like I have some double clicking issues, at least in CSGO when I'm trying to one tap. Sometimes it shoots 2 or 3 bullets and just screws the whole experience for me. So I'm quite unsure how that happens, if that's the switch itself or the debounce is just too low and, well, I can't change it because that's how the switch is designed. I personally do not know. So it's going to be an interesting experience if I'm the only one that's doing that or experiencing that problem. but it's also happening on my Sora V2. So, and that uses the same switch. So I'm unsure on that problem, but I will update below if I get a response or if there's a firmware update fixing this problem. In terms of the side buttons, they're big enough your thumb can reach very easily wherever grip you place on the mouse, and they're pretty tactile. They do sound a bit hollow and a little pingy once again, like the main switch, but overall it's pretty good. I have no complaints about the side buttons. The scroll wheel is smooth and has enough defined steps, so it's very good for like tap strafing in Apex or B hopping in CS:GO. No problems there. The middle click is a bit mushy slightly, and it's kind of difficult to press in. So if you use this for a game, it might be not the best experience, but also allows for no accidental inputs on the middle mouse button since it's slightly difficult to accidentally press. So that's one, I guess, benefit of that. But in my opinion, I do wish it was slightly lighter to click. Let's quickly go over the skates. They are PTFE, and out of the box, they are quite scratchy, but over time, they do smooth out about a few weeks or so, and they're decent overall. I would honestly recommend picking up some aftermarket skates, but it's not needed. If you're on a budget, just stick to these. But again, if they do change the batches in the future, I would recommend picking up a different formula for the PTFE because I'm not really a big fan of these. But overall, it's decent. Then regarding the web HID software, it's on a browser, which is very convenient. I don't have to download anything or open up a stupid clunky software. I just go search it up online, open the browser, and it works pretty good. The opening animation is a bit laggy and slow, but who really cares? You're just kind of configuring your mouse. But I did find this extremely useful. I went to my friend's house and I brought my mouse over, and I needed to change the DPI very quickly. And there's no DPI button on the mouse, so I just Googled the software, changed it, and it was really easy and nice. So I do hope more brands use this technology because I just feel like it's extremely convenient. The coding is a Mac coding. It's very excellent and really praised so far in the community. I personally don't really have a great opinion on it. It's good. It's on par with many codings. It's not as good as something like the OP18K coding, but it's good enough where you have a lot of grip and it doesn't really get sweaty over time. So if you have that issue, it should be an excellent grip and coding. So, that's definitely a plus in my mind. No con there. So that is pretty much it for this review. I appreciate you guys for checking out, and I would definitely check out the PM1. In my experience, I actually really love this mouse, and it was in my top 3 rotation recently for all my mice. It's just so comfortable to use. There's not a lot of cramping in my wrists or no pain from long sessions. And I was actually surprised how good I was aiming with this. Even though I do not think this would be my new main, I do appreciate the design and the overall quality of this mouse. Minus QC problems people have been receiving from this factory, overall, the mouse is amazing. And if you do have any QC problems, definitely return to the original manufacturer and see if you can get a refund. Sprime, I would recommend maybe outsourcing your QC checking or improve your current QC checking, considering there might be a few issues in the batch. And once again, the right click definitely needs to be fixed in future batches. But again, this is just one bad product. It's very unlikely you're going to get another mouse exactly like this one, but I already seen a few reports of bad QC. So definitely outsource your QC team or improve QC checking because you're obviously not going to get a perfect production run, and hopefully they reduce this issue in future batches. But thanks you guys for watching this video. It's Tunes and peace out.